Afternoon all. I'm in the shed and I'm just going to put some Amberflow 711 through a long kit. I'm just going to show you how I do it and without losing fluid basically. So first thing I'm going to do, hope you can see this all right, this is my 711 Amberflow. See there's a knot there, so you can see that the fluid is obviously, there's a knot at the other end, so the fluid's in between the knots, so obviously I don't want to cut the elastic below that knot and lose any fluid. So what I'm going to do first of all is just going to snip the old knot off from my old elastic there, like so. So I've taken that bead off. I'm just going to tie the Amberflow to my old elastic, like so, above that knot, so I'm not losing any fluid. Just wet the knot, give it a tug, snip off the tag ends, so I'm left with my old elastic obviously going into the pole and my new Amberflow there. Next thing I'm going to do is a little bit tricky with a room. I'm trying to do it so you can see it. I'm just going to pull the old elastic through that top kit. I'm going to keep tugging it and eventually it will come through just like that. It's coming through now and there it is. Caught on my fridge. Right, there we go. So I didn't think about this very well before I started doing this. I'm trying to do it so it's nice, you can see what I'm doing. Right, so old elastics obviously here, which happens to be 0 bore. So I'm now going to snip off above that knot. So obviously the fluid is now still sitting in there. Let that hang. That's my old elastic. I will keep that because that is not bad elastic still, even though it's been in there for quite a while. And I can put that through a short kit. Right, when I'm going for small like eyed and things like that. Right, let's pop that there for now, so we don't want to waste it. There you go. Okay, sorry about that. So let's get that back on there without any disasters. So I've now got my 0 bore, my Amberflow ready to put a bead on. So what I should do is get my diamond eye threader. Don't need to unravel the whole thing. I did have a little matrix. These are really good. These are the matrix ones, but I managed to break the wire on it. So through the fat end of the bead, just happen to be using the matrix one on this case, so elastic through the threader like so, wet it. I'm just going to put it gently through like that, so the bead is now sitting nicely on the 0, on the Amberflow. Sorry, I keep saying 0. Now I don't actually need to put another knot on there. There's one there. I could stick another one on there, but because it's liquid filled, you don't really need to put 2 on. I will do one just to show you. Pull that, now I've got a bigger knot there. Just something else for the line to catch behind when I'm using it on the rig. So that sits there nice. I can cut a little bit of that off. Don't really need to. I'll give it a little trim. Right, so that's that end. So now I can just pull that through. Talk about the tension. I'm not worried about the tension yet, but I want to get it roughly thereabouts to where I want it. Now, this is where you've got to be a bit careful. Obviously, I've got a knot wheel I've got a knot this end. So obviously if I was just to snip this elastic here now without putting a knot in it, I'm going to lose the fluid. So it's a little bit tricky, but I'm going to just, now I'm going to put 2 knots in. I'm going to put one as close as I can to the puller. It's a little bit fiddly because you've got to pull the elastic through. Let's pull that through. Like so. So I've got a knot. Wet it, tighten it. Right. Now do another one just above that. Quarter tackle box. So this is just the way I do it. I'm not saying there's not a better way. I'm sure there is. I'm doing another knot. So I can now safely, snip in between the 2 knots. This is knotted both ends. Got no fluid's going to come out of this. So what we do now is put our bead on this end, or full of bung bead, which happens to be a Preston one. Same thing over the in the fat end, over the elastic. Put it through, not too hard. Do it gently, and now there you have it. So I now just got to get the tension, what I think I might want it at. I can adjust that later, but just to show you, that's now through. I'll just literally overhand loop. He says, give it a wet. A little tug. It sits in there nice. Snip off the tag ends again. That's it, job done. So that's now ready to go. Perfect. Perfect for summer skimmers. Oh, summer skimmers, lovely. And that's the white. And that's it. So nice and simple. Pop that in my kit case, ready to put a rig on. The rest of the white amber is all good. I can pop that up. Obviously got a knot both end, so there's no fluid to come out because I've knotted it each time. So I've not lost any fluid anywhere. Ready for the next top kit. That's all I'm going to be doing for the moment. Actually need to make rigs up more than anything, and I need to tidy this shed up. It's a blinking mess. So apologies for the sort of chaotic sort of mess in here. I've not had a chance to take everything out and put everything back where it's supposed to be. So that will be my next job. I'm just going to keep that because some of that elastic would be good. You can also use your spare bits of elastic for making. I'll do it quite a lot often actually. Ian does sell some nice rig hookups, but you can just, rather than waste your elastic, you can make your own little hookups quite easily. Quite handy. Anyway, that's a story for another day. But I only did that really because I think a few people have had issues with putting fluid filled elastic through the top kits, you know, cutting it without knotting it first and losing the fluid, and you may as well just buy hollow elastic if you're going to do that. Basically defeats the whole point of it. I've heard people say you can cut it and hold it up, but I just can't see that. You're still going to lose some of the fluid, and I don't think you just don't want that to happen. So just try and double knot it before you cut it, so you're keeping that fluid in the elastic where it should be.